Well, now I remember. The Wall Street Journal thing is really kind of what opened my eyes.
Yeah.
I had one little paragraph. She interviewed me for like 10 minutes. She put one little blurb about me, that I was a small studio in Los Angeles, had a Facebook card. And then all these retailers from around the country started messaging me on Etsy. Hey, do you sell wholesale? I had, at that point, I don't even know how many cards I had. I maybe like 6.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, much about it. And, but I kept getting, inquiries that I thought, I need to look into this. Maybe this is how I scale up, is by, selling wholesale, because then you're making a bunch of cards and then you're just selling. But I didn't know anything about it, so I ended up taking some courses on how to sell wholesale, because I had no idea. And then actually a retailer in Portland told me about the National Stationery Show, which doesn't exist anymore. But at that point, she said, that's the place to be. If you want to grow your business, you need to figure that out. And so I walked it in 2011, and I thought, okay, great, I'm going to do this. Like, I need to figure out how, but I'm going to do this. And, I was kind of intimidated, because this is not your typical trade show. These people had stationary lines, but they look like stores. Like, they were so intricate and so detailed, and a lot of my stationary colleagues are just really talented and more than just, cards. And so they made these beautiful booths and stuff. And I was like, wow, I got to really figure this out. So I debuted the following year, and I did that National Stationery Show for 4 years in a row. Some of my first retailers, were from actually Oklahoma. Chirps and Cheers, that's in OKC. They were originally in Edmond, I think, with the previous owner, and they were one of my first stores to carry my line, so that was really great. And there was another one that's was in Norman called Postscript, but they're not in business anymore. So it was great to meet retailers in person. And I did this on the down low. Like, I was at Honda, and I was like, I have to have this week off, this whole week. And so I basically dedicated myself to flying to New York, not answering any emails, no phone calls, nothing, and just focused on doing the show for 4 years in a row. And then, that got to be, the more I did the show, the more I grew, and the harder it got to be to juggle it all. I literally would be at my desk, and I would be folding cards under my desk, and I had like a glass. I didn't have any privacy. I didn't even have a door. It was just a glass wall. So, like, if you really pay attention to what I was doing, I'm like folding cards to like put together wholesale and retail orders. And if you were in the mailroom, you knew, because I have this little pretty package, this like big box of stuff, but most people weren't paying attention to what I was doing. So I did that for 5 years, and then I retired from law on April Fool's 2015.